Cha Eun-woo, Korea's top idol and actor, has once again stolen the public's attention. But this time not because of a new play or a glamorous stage performance, but from the military barracks where he was drafted into the army. A shocking news comes when he is appointed to a role he never expected before: chief drummer of the army. For some people, being a drummer might sound simple, but in the military, the position is a symbol of discipline, cohesiveness, and leadership. And who would have thought? A figure who is usually known for being gentle and full of charm is now standing firmly in front of his colleagues, leading with a firm signal. This story begins with the preparation of an internal military event that is routinely held every year. The event became an important moment to foster a sense of brotherhood between soldiers, as well as showing their solidarity in front of the commanders. One of the most anticipated attractions is always the same: the appearance of the drum band. Initially, many soldiers considered this activity only as additional entertainment in the midst of a busy schedule. But for the bosses, the drum band is a symbol of honor. The leader of the drum band must be a figure who is able to set the rhythm, maintain the concentration of troops, and of course lead with authority. Drum band chairman election is not a random thing. Cha Eun-woo's name appeared almost unexpectedly. One of his fellow soldiers spontaneously called him. The reason is simple. Eun-woo has a musical background. He is accustomed to rhythm, knows how to control the tempo, and has an aura of leadership. One by one, the soldiers agreed, until finally the proposal reached the instructor's ears. At first, some people doubted. How could an idol who used to perform on the pop stage be able to lead a military drum band full of assertiveness? But the instructor actually saw a great opportunity. According to him, Eun-woo not only has a handsome face, but also discipline and accuracy that can be important capital. After a brief discussion, a decision was made. Cha Eun-woo was officially appointed as the band's chairman. When the news was delivered, Eun-woo was silent for a moment. The other soldiers looked at him curiously, but instead of refusing, he smiled lightly and nodded. With a steady voice he said, "Well, I'll try to give my best." That simple sentence instantly made the atmosphere of the barracks change. Everyone began to put their hopes in him. The first training took place the next day. All drum band members have gathered in the field, complete with their respective musical instruments. Some are holding snare drums, bass drums, cymbals to trumpets. They are waiting for their new leader. And at the front of the line stood Cha Eun-woo in a neat military uniform, stern eyes, and command stick in hand. With a firm step, Eun-woo stepped forward. He raised the command stick high, gave the signal, and immediately the sound of the drum echoed loudly. The first pitch was like a field goal. But unfortunately, the rhythm did not go smoothly. Some soldiers entered late, some were knocked wrong. The training sounds like shit. However, Eun-woo wasn't angry right away. He stopped the exercise firmly, then walked to the middle of the line. In a calm tone, he said, "Don't worry, we repeat slowly. Let's do it together." His patient but authoritative attitude made the atmosphere change. His colleagues who had been nervous are now starting to get excited again. They feel led by someone who really cares, not just giving orders. From then on, training after training went more and more solid. Eun-woo not only stood in front of giving instructions, but also felt the role of each member. He even tried to hit the bass drum, play the snare, to blow the trumpet to understand the difficulties of each soldier. This made him even more respected. One colleague even said, "At first I thought he was just going to stand up. He really learned with us. That's what gives us respect." After a stunning dress rehearsal, the news about Cha Eun-woo's leadership in the band immediately spread quickly inside the barracks. Soldiers from other units began to arrive just to see the next exercise. Some even whispered in a "Never has a drum band leader been able to create an atmosphere like this before." Eun-woo's figure seems to be a magnet, not only for his army, but also for the entire barracks. In the evening, the atmosphere of the barracks rooms is noticeably different. Teammates did not stop talking about the moment of star formation. They were honored to be a part of that surprise. One said proudly, "Later, when the official event is held, everyone will remember who led us. It was Cha Eun-woo." That sentence made everyone even more excited to face the big day. Eun-woo herself chose to remain humble. When his friends complimented him, he just smiled and said, "We all work hard, not just me. Without you, the formation would never have succeeded." His humble nature made respect for him even greater. They see that despite being a top artist on the outside, inside the barracks Eun-woo never forgets being together. Towards the day of the show, the training schedule is getting tighter. The sound of drums echoed almost every afternoon, making the barracks feel alive. There is fatigue. There is pain in the hands from constantly hitting musical instruments, but all this pays off with a sense of community. Eun-woo always comes first and is the last to leave the field. He wants to make sure every detail is perfect. Finally, the day of the show arrived. Huge military field filled with soldiers of various units. The commanders sat in the seats of honor, while Eun-woo's band of drummers prepared at the side of the field. The atmosphere is warm, and at the same time relaxing. Everyone knows this is an important moment. And amid the glare of many eyes stood Cha Eun-woo, well-built, gallant, with a command stick in his hand. When the first signal was heard, the whole team moved in unison. The sound of drums is booming, trumpets are blaring, and cymbals are clashing with precision. The footsteps of the soldiers were neatly organized, as if the field were vibrating by their energy. The audience was amazed from the very beginning, but the real surprises have not yet begun. Eun-woo has prepared something that will leave everyone speechless. In the middle of the performance, Eun-woo gave a secret gesture. The original drum line suddenly changed formation. Slowly, the star pattern took shape again, this time bigger and more perfect than the dress rehearsal. The audience gasped, not believing what they saw. The star symbol shone in the center of the field, as if being a sign of togetherness and passion. And right after the formation was over, Eun-woo came forward. He put down the command stick, then took the snare drum. His hands moved quickly, playing a challenging rhythm. The sound of drums stomping at high speed, making the atmosphere of the field even hotter. No one expected that an idol could display such technical abilities on a military stage. To top it off, Eun-woo gives the last cue with a dramatic knock. The whole team stopped in perfect posture, leaving the final resounding bang on the field. For a moment, silence. All eyes are still dazzled by the recently completed look. Then, unexpectedly, boisterous applause echoed from the honorary stands. The commander stood up, giving their full appreciation. For his colleagues, that moment will never be forgotten. They feel they have become part of a small history in their barracks. One of the soldiers commented with a smile, "We all know he's a great artist, but today he is our leader. We are proud to be led by him." It didn't take long. The news of the spectacular performance reached the outside world. Although military life is usually private, stories about Cha Eun-woo as the band's leader leaked to online forums. The fans were immediately excited. Many have made fan art depicting Eun-woo in a drum band uniform, leading the team with extraordinary charisma. Netizens' comments flooded social media. Someone wrote, "Handsome face, golden voice, good acting, can now be the chief drummer? What a perfect man." Others said, "I can imagine how brave he was when standing in front of the troops.